Nearly 24 book titles have been pulled from school library shelves in St. Johns County so far. This after the state mandated that districts review the material. News4JAX reporter Joe McLean joining us live from St. Johns County, where the superintendent provided an update on the district's book sweep today. Joe, there's now a list of about 90 books that have been reviewed just so far.
Right, that list released today, as well as which of those 90 are going to be okay for school shelves and which ones won't be allowed. The district also released more information about the review process they're using.
I think I just have to kind of talk about this head on. It's because there's a lot of emotion about removing books or don't touch any books and that you leave it the way it is.
In a Tuesday workshop, the board heard more about how St. Johns County school leaders are reviewing the books made available in school libraries and classroom shelves. Already, 90 book titles have gone through that review process. Of those 90, 20 books are marked pending, meaning they've gotten a complaint but are still available as they're being reviewed. 14 books were retained, meaning that they were reviewed by specialists and deemed to be okay. 7 books were restricted only to certain age groups, and 23 books were removed, meaning they won't be allowed in any St. Johns County school. The district also released its guideline material for how each book is reviewed, listing specific content that's not allowed in each grade level. The guide says, however, this list is not all-inclusive. Media specialists will use professional judgment with collection development. But that judgment also comes with a heavy filter, with the district telling specialists to err on the side of caution if they're not sure about a specific title. That's because if an employee breaks the book policy, they'll face a felony charge.
It really restricts them in reaching their students on an individual level and on a collective level.
Becky Williams has 2 kids in the district. She says she believes the state is stoking fear over pornography as a means of purging progressive ideas from Florida classrooms.
I just think it's incredibly naive to think that teenagers are not talking about sex or exposed to sex, and to say that that is the specific reason they're removing the books, to me feels dishonest, because I don't think that's the entire reason.
Forson said he acknowledges that every family has a different opinion on what they believe is appropriate for their children, and that any review process will ultimately fail to please everyone. Still, board member Patrick Canaan observed,
I suggest that the district follow the law, but to me it's just a bigger or another example of the politicalization of our school system, especially in the state of Florida. Whether it's the teachers unions or African American studies. So that's a concern to me.
Now, as far as the content in all of these books, News4JAX has not been able to independently verify what is in all of these books, but we do have that full list of those 90 books, and as well as the guidelines that the district's using to review them. That's all inside this story on News4JAX.com. Reporting live, I'm Joe McLean, Channel 4, the local station.
Joe, is there any idea how often these media centers are used by students?
That was a question that was brought up by one of the board members, and superintendent said he will be able to gather data from all the media specialists around. But he said of the books that have been checked out, of those 90, he said they have barely been checked out at all. He said maybe 1 or 2 times since each of those books has hit the shelves. Back to you.
All right, reported live in St. Johns County, Joe McLean. Thank you, Joe.